Hey everyone, Dude is Jude here back with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel video, and today we're gonna talk about the best budget decks you can use and you can build during Season 10 of Master Duel. So if you're a player who just entered Season 10 of Master Duel, it may be overwhelming, especially if you're new to Yu-Gi-Oh! And modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Is really complicated, and there are so many decks to play and try out, but you don't have the budget yet to build a really strong deck, and you have to focus on building staples. So the main goal here is to give you at least four reference points, four powerful decks that can allow you to grind in early stages of rank and even higher, but with just budget decks. So it's really cool. So first off, our first budget deck is Cyberdarks. So the best part about Cyberdarks, if you're building them, is they can be bought from the structure decks. So you only need to go to the shop section and go to structure deck, and you go to cybernetic successor, and you buy three structure decks, and you're pretty much off to a good start, and you can make your own deck. So for budget Cyberdark, the goal here is to create Cyberdark and Dragon, and it's a combo that's easy to learn, and all the cards in the deck facilitate the combo, help facilitate the combo really easily, and you can create a strong end boss, which is cannot be targeted except by activated effects, and a 5k beat stick, so it's really hard to out. And it's a very powerful monster, and you also have access to Cyber Darkness, which allows you to set up a multi-negate monster. So you can have at least 2 to 3 negates, which usually shuts down most decks in Master Duel, especially rogue decks and lower tier decks, and can also shut down some meta decks with the right choke points. If you hit the right choke points, you're in a good spot. So yeah, for this one, budget Cyberdark is pretty affordable. Most of the Cyberdark monsters you need here are two Cyberdark Cannon, three Cyberdark Claw, a Horn, an Edge, two Cyberdark Chimera, and then you have like a small Cyber Dragon engine, so three Cyber Dragon Core, all from the structure deck. Cyber Dragon Hurt, same thing, and Cyber Dragon, and you can also have one Kaiju, Jizukiru, which allows you to remove one monster opponent side of the field, especially if you're going second. This is really, really good. Two Power Bond for the Chimera effect, and three Cyber Emergency. This is part of the structure deck. Repair Plant as well. Lightning Storm. This you can get this from the 750 gem bundle, and that's really good. Two Cybernetic Horizon. Some people play three. If you want to play three, it's also fine. Three Cyberdark Realm, because you want to see this as often as possible on your hands. Crossout Designator. This is a UR, but you only need one of these, so it's really handy to have early in the game, especially if you're starting out. Forbidden Droplet. This is also a part of a bundle, so you can get one free copy of this. Infinite Impermanence is also one bundle, along with Ash Blossom. But having three of Ash, three of Imper, and three of Maxi is really important, because you can use this on almost any deck in Master Duel and it will do well. And finally, we get Cyberdark Invasion. This allows you to add equipped monsters to your Cyberdark monster. More negates for Cyberdarkness, more attacks for Cyberdark End. And for the extra deck, most of these are from the structure deck, so Cyber and Dragon. You can have just two of these, Cyber Darkness, two of these, and two of Cyber Dark and Dragon, and then two Cyber Twin, and you can craft Chimeratech Fortress Dragon because it's a rare. You can also craft Chimeratech Rampage Dragon, giving you a multi-attack beat stick that also allows you to pop back row. Really handy. So this deck can go first or second. This is a very powerful deck, and if you don't want to spend too much on secret packs and just want to try out something from the structure decks, the Cyberdark is a really good deck to start with. Next up in our budget list is Floowandereeze. Now, I hate facing Floowandereeze, to be honest, in Master Duel. It's a really crazy powerful deck that when it goes first and it has full combo, you're pretty much most likely to lose if they're properly set up. So this is a powerful mid-range deck, and the core cards of Floowandereeze are very cheap because if you're looking at their main cards, their rarest are SR, and they even have normals and rares. Ryza, one of their most important monsters, is a rare, and Flounder is an Empen, which works as like their boss monster, is just super rare. You don't need the ultra rare Flouandereeze monster because that doesn't really mesh well with the archetype, so you can just leave it. The only UR like main deck monster you need here is Mist Valley Apex Avian, which is like a free Omni Negate that you can recycle, so it's really easy to use. And most of the staples here are SR, so you can use 3 Pot of Duality, so you can search out your Floowandereeze cards. 2 Pot of Extravagance, so you can do that same thing. And Pot of Prosperity to search for the same thing. Floowandereeze map is very cheap, so rare. It's a really powerful card, along with Dreaming Town, really powerful card at low rarities. Hand traps usual, so Maxi, Ash, and Imperm is good. Called by the Grave is also really good to kill hand traps on either turn. Floowandereeze and the Unexplored Winds is really powerful. You can have like one of these or two of these. I just put 2 of these just to go the 40. And the main UR that's kind of expensive on this deck, but it's, you know, if you're just focusing on building the main deck of this, it's just easy to get extra UR for Dimension Shifter. Dimension Shifter stops a lot of decks from playing, and it's just a nasty card, but you know, Floowandereeze loves having their monsters banished, so this is fine to have on your deck. So if you're looking for a really strong budget deck that you can go into rank easily, that allows you to grind up to rank easily, Floowandereeze is really good for that. Really, really strong. Next up, we have budget Zoodiac. So Zoodiac is a very easy to learn deck, and it can run multiple tech cards, multiple hand traps. It just disrupts the opponent so much, either going first or going second. And the best part is the extra deck doesn't need that much URs. For Floowandereeze a while ago, you just put random extra deck cards because Floowandereeze doesn't need an extra deck. But for Zoodiac, the extra deck is pretty cheap because you only need a maximum or a minimum of 2 ultra rares, which is Zoodiac Trident, their boss monster, which is limited to 1, and Divine Arsenal AA Zeus, which is limited to 1 as well, and also works as kind of like their boss monster. So the Zoodiac core of this deck is just really small as well. So you only need 3 Whiptail, 2 Thoroughblade, 3 Ram, and 1 Cataroost. So that's 10 cards for Zoodiac. And the rest are like hand traps and tech and consistency cards. So you can run 3 Pot of Desires. Pot of Desires is a really powerful card that banishes 10, draw 2, and it's just a super rare. You can also add Pot of Prosperity. Pot of Prosperity is a really good staple in any deck, and since it's limited to 1, drawing this is fine. Although this is one of the cards that I wish didn't get hit and got limited to 1. You can put Lightning Storm, which is part of a free bundle. So you can get the bundle, get 1 free Lightning Storm. Harpy's Feather Duster is also can be acquired early in solo gates. And as you can see, you can run Droplet, Imperm, Maxi, Ash Blossom, and then a ton of super rare Texan staples. So Cypher Gear Gamma is a really powerful hand trap that's just a super rare. It negates monster effects and destroys the monster. DD Crow is a banish effect. Really good against Eldlich, really great against Branded right now. Especially if you're just a new player heading to Season 10. Having something like DD Crow allows you to survive against the current meta decks. Same with Token Collector. So Sword Soul is gonna be a really powerful deck, gonna be commonly played in rank. So if you have Token Collector and a Sword Soul summons a token, their token is gone and they can't really go into their Synchro summon. So that's really good. And then the other text here, this is pretty much a going second build because you can see there's Harpy's Feather Duster, Lightning Storm, Twin Twisters, board breaking cards. There's Forbidden Droplet. So Zoodiac is really good going second. It can also go first, but I think I prefer Zoodiac builds when they go second because they can just clear your opponent's board like no one's business. Really, really good deck to have in ranked ladder. And if you really want to go cheap and just have a deck that's filled with hand traps that can disrupt your opponent, which is great. And yeah, Zoodiac is really good and really, really easy to learn because all you need to do is just when you summon a Zoodiac, you can just stack over these Xyz monsters, go into Dryden to pop a card, go into Borbo to attack directly, so you can go into Zeus. It's just a really simple deck to learn. There are some nice extra deck cards like Baguska to negate effects when it's in defense position, Vespinato for piercing damage. So really handy deck if you're new to Master Duel and you want a modern deck that's not complicated to learn, but also allows you to experience like learning how to use hand traps. Zoodiac is really good for that. And finally, probably a deck that's really controversial, probably one of the most notorious decks in Master Duel, and that's Eldlich. So this budget build of Eldlich doesn't care for having an extra deck. A meta Eldlich deck, if you want to spend a bit more, uses a couple of extra deck staples. But for this one, I decided to just go full trap card floodgate power, which Eldritch excels at, and just go budget build. So, because, the extra deck is expensive, and Eldritch is really cheap if you just focus on making trap cards. If you're looking at the deck, the only ultra rare here are the two Golden Lords, the rest are super rare, and that's it. Oh, Solemn Judgment is also part of a bundle, so if you get this, you can just add this to an Eldritch deck because Eldritch just loves to have as many trap cards as possible on your deck. And the amount of trap cards you can run is just crazy, so like almost more than half of your deck can be trap cards. Lava Golem is great removal, so if there are at least two monsters on the opponent's side of the field, you can just summon over them, tribute over them, and it's game. Torrential Tribute is an old school Yu-Gi-Oh card, but really good for Eldritch because they don't really need to summon that much. There's only two Golden Lords and a Lava Golem, and you're most likely just gonna have to, revive Eldritch a couple of times in the duel. And the Eldritch engine is really cheap, so as you can see, just some super rare cards. The Golden Land trap cards, the trap monsters are just rares, really handy. And Eldlixir is a really powerful card. It's just a super rare along with Cursed Eldland. And you can have Eldlixir of Black Awakening and even Eldlixir of White Destiny. These are really optional, but they're really good to have. Pot of Extravagance is great for this deck. You can have a free draw 2 most of the time. And then Pot of Prosperity allows you to dig for a specific card you need on that scenario. Go to that forever powerful counter trap. And then, just a ton of floodgates. So you can have 3 anti-spell, which kills a lot of decks, kills branded. So if you're new to the game and just you're having a hard time against branded, which is really common right now in ranked, just flip anti-spell when on their turn and they can't really do much. Rivalry of Warlords, so another Floodgate. This is gonna be in 2, so I just put 2. Skill Drain is also at 2. Summon Limit is not at 2, but just having 2 of these is okay. Goes in Match and Rivalry of Warlords really stops a lot of decks as well. So Eldritch is a deck that's also simple to learn because you're slowing down your opponent, so they're not really playing that much with the Floodgates that you have. And then the Eldritch traps, which you can banish to get another kind of Eldritch trap, so that's really good. Ice Dragon Prison, really good for the card format as well for season 10. And yeah, budget Eldlich. If you're looking for a deck that can go from like rookie maybe to at least low diamond or platinum diamond, this can go far. This list can go far with especially if you're this is the deck that you're running for the whole season. You're just learning how to use it. This is really easy to learn. And I guess that's it for our budget decks. Those are four budget decks that you can play in Master Duel in Season 10. And I just want to say also, disclaimer, that these four decks, I've played all of them in Ranked, I've played all of them in Casual, and I've played an Eldlich deck in local Master Duel tournaments, so I know how they play, and they're really good, really consistent. Of course, there's always a chance that you get weird hands, which Master Duel loves to do. But these are really great budget decks to have, especially if you're just new to Yu-Gi-Oh and want a deck that is pretty easy to learn and allows you to just adapt to the modern Yu-Gi-Oh game. I guess that's the video. If you like the video, you can just like and share the video. You can subscribe to the channel, which helps the channel grow. And you can also suggest in the comment section if there's a budget deck that you like to share to everyone watching here. That would be great. And we'd like to learn more about that deck. So, really good. And I guess that's it for today's video. And that's the best budget decks for Master Duel Season 10. And I'll see you on the next video. And thank you so much for watching. And goodbye.